Okay, so I'm back and I've tried to record this a couple times and failed, messed up, and had to do it again. So here we go, one more try. Um, Trying to think here if I want philosophy or construction, because still in the back of my mind I'm thinking construction, mathematics, ironworking, kill, kill, kill. Take over somebody, of course. Maybe it's because I've been practicing on a small map, and I would have civilizations closer to me, and I would be able to just concentrate on military and take out two civilizations, um, respectively, in a faster fashion than on this map, which it's like what is it, like almost double size. So there's so much space, especially right where I'm at on this game. I'm not saying this happens every time that you play this map, but um, I decided to go construction anyway because we're going to need it, and like I said, it's in the back of my mind to war. So, trying to, what am I trying to do here? Trying to trade something. Oh yeah, trade silk. Okay, and Montezuma is going to get a slate discount at 5. Give me 60 gold in 30 turns and 175 now. And I think I'm just checking to see, if anybody was coveting my lands or anybody hated me, and we used the money to buy the pyramid. So my plan is, pretty much to, when I put these cities down right now, I'm just going to either build or purchase the pyramid, because you want to have that as fast as possible for your science, since although we probably will get the National College eventually, we aren't gung-ho focused in on building libraries or purchasing libraries and then putting the National College into play as fast as possible. Whereas a lot of times I won't even build the second city until I get the National College up and running in my capital. But that strategy doesn't always pan out, and you're on this larger map. You don't. I think it's more important to gain as much space as possible and get your cities down, especially since we're trying to put these trade routes up to give us science. So yeah, in the back of my head, I feel like I'm just gonna lose this game. Of course, the last game I played, I felt like I was gonna lose, but I ended up taking control of that map pretty good, or pretty well. Now when I did the first Let's Play as Ethiopia, I was like, in the back of my head, I know that set up so well that I was 90% sure that I was going to have the victory on that. But the last game was kind of fun for me because there was a point there where I really wasn't sure. Now this game is getting further out of my element, and I feel like the percentages are 70%, maybe 65% that I'm going to lose this game. So honestly, I'd rather post a loss anyway. I think it's well, I hate the people that they always wait for the win and then post it, and on their website is just a win all the time, because of that reason. Now there's other ones that they do win all the time, but that's because they just win all the time. So that's okay. Um, else is going on in this game. Gotta stop giving my opinions on things that don't pertain to this game. I'm running off on tangents, and I guess that happens because I am trying to fill in the space when I'm just looking around and not sure what's going on. So the commentary is slightly different than when I'm in the game and actually commentating, because I'm thinking more on the game, whereas here I'm just babbling. So let's try to see what is going on here. Building that library. Actually, I was doing some micromanagement here. I was thinking, should I go into that gold? Do I need it? And I decided not to. So our policy came up. We got representation, which, from what I understand, is usually, especially when you're going ICS, is better to get the worker, go into representation, because the more cities you find, the cheaper the culture is. So then you go into the production and then the settler. So especially when we're building settlers and buying settlers, that we don't have to get into that other settler immediately. Although, if that's what you want to do, I think you can do it. But I think you would have to agree, if you're trying to put 3 or 4 cities down right away and you get into representation, then the culture is going to be cheaper for you. So that has got to be better than going the other route. Unless, the game dictates that, I guess, like if you needed the city that fast to help you build up an army, because that's what you were working on, was military. And, I was thinking about it, this civilization isn't it wouldn't be the choice, for me. I'm just kind of doing it out of if I was going for a military game, I'm doing it out of a request. But I like Pekao. But every time I've used him, I'm usually shelling, kind of, staying tight and tall, and research agree, and get ahead in science because he's a science kind of guy, and defense, but on this game I'm going against the grain. I'm trying to build as many cities as I can, get out there and war. Which might not be right with this guy. I wouldn't suggest that, unless you just don't care either. Some people take this game so seriously, they won't do things that are against the grain. But hey, you got to make it kind of fun, because after a while, once you realize how dare I say easy it is on Deity, then you have to do other things to kind of make it a little more interesting, or just to see if you can get away with it. So I was thinking about building a water mill, then I was like Stoneworks. I was even thinking Stonehenge, because it's like one of the wonders that I know is possible on Deity, compared to, let's say, the Great Library, which is almost nearly impossible. However, I've had games where I have gotten it, but most of those games I end up getting both and then getting destroyed, because those civilizations were building an army instead of building the Great Library, and I fell for that trap. Pyramid, yes. So we bought a pyramid, so we've got 3 pyramids, and 2 out of the 3 were instant, so I think we built the pyramid in the capital. Still trying to think what I want to build here. Do I want to build Stonehenge? See, I just kind of gravitate towards Stonehenge, because not only does it give you engineer points, it gives you faith points, which gets you more great prophets, great scientists, great whatever you're going to use with it. So, faith generation, even if, let's say, you don't have a religion, faith generation, I like to have a lot of it because you can buy great people with it, and it doesn't affect the number for your when you're trying to grow a great person. It doesn't seem to, when you buy that great scientist, it doesn't add on to the amount of turns that you need for the ones that you're growing. So they're what would that be? Maintenance-free great people, I suppose. So I've had games where, you know, I've gotten it seesawing it back from the great engineer and great scientist, and I've gotten like quite a few. I think both of them up to the 4,000 faith level. But that's when you can get divine inspiration and a lot of wonders, or you do something like pagodas or cathedrals and you have a lot of cities and you put a lot of those in and you're generating quite a bit of faith, and you get your happiness and culture as well. So yeah, thinking when we do get to religion, because we pretty much guaranteed to get one, I would think, we should think about some sort of happiness as well, along the lines of the science missionaries. Was that called interfaith dialogue, something of that nature? I forget exactly. But yeah, because happiness is going to be a problem pretty soon, which is against my normal tithe and production or world church and production that I usually like to go, especially the tithe. Yeah, I generate quite a bit of gold from that, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so yeah, we're just kind of moving the warrior up and back, just taking a look, because I'm planning on putting a city in this area, and just kind of want to make sure that it's okay, even though the other two settlers kind of gambled that there wasn't anything around, any barbarians around to grab them, but it seems like in this game it's not like Civ 4 where, you know, you pretty much almost have to have protection with your settlers. This one you get away with moving them away from your capital. And I like to, well, I used to like to just go after the resources and plop down on the resources, but lately I've been keeping it tighter, so no more than 5 hexagons away from the capital. If I can get it, I like 4, 4, 4, 4 all over, so that you can plop down more and more cities. And usually, like let's say that natural wonder that we got there was further down the road. I've had games where I say, well, I'm just going to go grab that first, and I get too far away from the capital, and things kind of fall apart. So although some people can build outside their border and then work back in, I tend to just keep trying to push out as far as possible, or at least right now, until I learn how to expand in that other way. So yeah, trying to get this other trade route up. We got this one going, and helps our gold, helps our movement, helps our science. 5 turns till philosophy. And get to build that road. And that is our only military unit that we have. And he is as far away from our cities as possible. So, not a bad plan. Yeah. So we kind of like want to put these cities in all over the place, and you know, take over this south area of that map, and before one of the AIs sneak in behind us, which might happen, which we're hoping it doesn't, but it could. And I wouldn't mind getting is to a couple cities on the right side as well, not only to get closer to Montezuma, but also to pick up all that jungle. I don't have a problem with keeping all that jungle there and picking up all that extra science, and then you put trading posts all over that jungle and you would get even more science. So but we don't have the Pantheon with the culture, which could give us a lot of early culture as well, which is not a bad plan to have that. If I had to choose the two, I would take the science from our Pantheon over the culture. And I'm turning the cursor round and round, or trying to get closer to the map, just to try to get the turns to turn over faster. But it's not cooperating. And this video will probably be my last of the morning that I'll do. I have one more video with like 5 or 6 turns, I think, and I'll just splice that with a different video from tomorrow or the next day. And I had some advice not to upload all the videos at once, you know, to kind of like trail them, because people will, you know, watch the first video and then skip down to like the next, say the 10th or the 12th video, and not watch the ones in between. But it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if you want to skip through, that's fine. You want to skim through, that's fine. I'm not looking for views or any kind of brownie points or any kind of bonuses for YouTubing or whatever. I'm kind of doing this because nobody has put out a Let's Play for quite a while that I watch or enjoy, and so I said, well, if nobody's going to put them out, I'll put one out. and then watch it, you know, sometimes. It's pretty sick. Make a Let's Play and then view it yourself. But it's kind of entertaining. It's like watching television for me. The other people that I watch, I like, if I'm not playing, I'll maybe have something to eat or whatever, and it's like a perfect opportunity to pass the time while you're eating, because sometimes, you know, you watch like a 6-hour, 8-hour Let's Play, it's quite time consuming. And that's time that you could be playing the game. But also I'm making this for people just to like I used to do. You would just want to come in and see, okay, what turn was it, how much science was he generating at this turn, what was his technology path, just for little tidbits, little tips. And then it doesn't take long for you to learn the patterns of the game, and that's pretty much what this game is. I think just a lot of patterns that you know that you learn, and once you have them memorized, it's a little redundant or repetitive. So trading off the silk, another discount, but not as bad as the other one. What's he getting there? Eight gold discount. But early trades I like, instead of waiting for the full amount. Some people, they like to wait for the full amount of gold. I think if you make a trade now instead of waiting 5 turns, then down the road you've made enough